Okay, so I can't hear you guys, just so you know, because I've muted everybody, but that's just so that the training call is good and where you have some good info that I can upload, and then I will take questions at the end and everyone can come on and ask and we can chat. So listening on, like tonight I was listening to another training call with Bob Heilig, and he had a hot seat with actually like a brand new presenter. So and she was talking about, she'd only been in the business for a month. So I was like, oh my gosh. So he has his training group and he's got a guy on there who's been in the business for 9 years, a girl who actually was with Unique. I creeped her after. And she has like 400 people on her team. So I'm going to guess she's probably like an elite status presenter. So she was talking about her team. I could just tell by the way she was talking about her team. So he did some training with her, and then he did some training with this girl at the end who'd only been doing her business for a month. I also think she might be a Unique girl. I have to like go back and check her profile. Regardless, the stuff that he gave for the actual like training call was really, really good. And I was like, man, I need to be telling my new girls this, and my new girls need to be telling their new girls this. So I wrote it all down. And so it's mostly on sponsoring. And I think that's what our biggest thing is. You know, everyone struggles with sponsoring, and that's one of the hardest things, right? So I want to make sure that we're, you know, like everyone's as comfortable as possible with sponsoring. So what he talked about is new girls should be actually focusing on their warm market and like sharing the opportunity right from the beginning. So what that means, like basically he's like, you should be telling everybody in your warm market. So what your warm market is everybody who you already know, that you already have a relationship with. You should be telling them about this opportunity right from the beginning. Because a lot of girls think, and it's funny because this girl's like, well, I was so much more comfortable talking to people I don't know. Like I like, you know, and you know my training where I'm like going to yard sale groups and meet people you don't know. I still think that's important, and I still think you should do that so that you can get them on your Facebook and then hopefully build up a relationship with them. But I think it's really, really important that you are actually trying to reach out to your warm market. And I'm going to give you some ways you can do that. But she's like, well, she was way more fearful. And I think that's like all you sitting here, as well as myself, we're way more scared to tell people about this opportunity that we already know than we tell people that we don't know. Like I will tell anyone on the internet that I don't know about it. And, you know, it's kind of like when I say don't post and pray and hope that you're going to get some sales, or don't message and pray that someone's going to write you back, right? You don't want to cold message and copy and paste people. But I have a lot more confidence going into conversations with people I don't know, which is very dumb, really, if you think about it, because you already have a relationship with them. But we're also fearful of, you know, we're also fearful of, you know, saying the wrong thing or losing that friendship or what they're going to think of us. And really, if we just got over that, how much easier sponsoring would be for all of us. So the warm market is, you know, the average is if you reach out to 3 to 5 people in your warm market, sorry, if you reach out to 10 people in a warm market and 10 people in a cold market, 3 to 5 of them, when you share that opportunity video with them, are going to watch it in a warm market compared to like probably one person only in a cold market. So, I think a big part of it that he was talking about, if you could get people on the phone, and I know this is like the most crazy thing ever, like, oh my gosh, I'm not getting on any telephone call with anybody, like that's terrifying. But it doesn't have to be, the way he lays it out is actually very, very smart. So I'll talk about that in a second. But your job, like what you should be striving for every single day is getting as many yeses or nos as you possibly can. So you're going to get lots and lots and lots and lots of nos, and you're going to get, and no is just not right now. It's never a permanent, like, no, I'm not going to join this opportunity. It's just not right now for them. And, you know, if you're upfront, be upfront. So I thought that was such an important message. So when you go to message these people, don't just like, hey, how are you? How's the kids? How was your trip? Da, 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 da. And you start this whole conversation with someone you know. Be upfront with them. Say, you know, I want to catch up, but I just want to let you know that I am a brand new entrepreneur and I'm looking to expand what was it? Sorry, I want to say it right. I'm a brand new entrepreneur, and ask them, sorry. I'm looking to expand. It wasn't expand my network. Hang on. I want to give you the right wording because it was so, I'm like, yes, that is totally understandable. Let's talk good meat. Where is it? Frick. Did I write it down? Sorry, guys. This is, make sure to tell them New entrepreneur. Oh, here it is. Sorry. So make sure that you tell them that you are a new entrepreneur. So like you're catching up and you're saying, hey, how are you? And just say, look, I just want to get right to the point. And I'm a new entrepreneur and I am looking to expand my business. That's all you need to say to them. But here's the key part to this. You want to sort of tell them like that if you want to take the pressure off yourself, say, I'm just wondering if you know anybody that was looking to make a little extra income, or how did he word it? Okay, I need to stick to my notes because I'm really getting all over the place here. So be upfront. I want to catch up, but if you are a new entrepreneur, and ask them, I was wondering if you know anyone who is looking for a career change or additional income. Okay, so it takes that pressure off of saying like trying to recruit them. You're trying to see if they know somebody that maybe would want to join your business. They could work at any level. Like I'm going to try this stuff absolutely with my warm market people. Like, hey, I know it's been a while, just thought we could catch up, but I'm just wondering, like, I just started this new entrepreneur. I mean, I'm not going to say new because people kind of already know that I've been in this business for 3 years, but for you guys, it's such a key thing to say. Like, I just started up. I'm a brand new entrepreneur. I'm trying to expand my business. Just wondering if you know anyone who's looking for extra income or looking to, looking for a career change. Like, are they looking to like get out of what they're doing? Because you all have those friends who complain about the jobs that they have, and they might be looking for a career change, and it might not be. And the reason you do that is because when you say that to them, they're like, oh, I might be interested in that. If they don't come back and say, oh yeah, I'm super interested in that, they're not interested and they're not a prospect. So you don't even have to take that awkward warm market approach with them and say, oh, like, I think you'd be great at my business and you're so beautiful and da 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 da. Rather, you're like, do you know someone that might be interested in, earning some extra money or looking for a career change? I'm looking to expand my business. It's a simple, easy, very pressure approach. And if they are looking to expand their business, or if they're looking for extra income, they're going to be like, you know what, I might be interested. And they're going to tell you that. And if they say no, then perfect. There's a no, but you should be always going for no's and yeses all day long. So if you've already reached out, let them know you did it wrong. And I think if you guys have already reached out, and I've reached out to a lot of people in my warm market, and I think his approach too, if you've reached out to like a lot of people, but you just kind of realize like, oh my gosh, what I reached out to that person, I really screwed it up. If you're honest and vulnerable, people love that. They love when we're like honest and vulnerable with them. So if you say to them, when I reached out before, I did it all wrong and I want to apologize for that. So you'll get much more comfortable when it comes to cold market. So the more time you spend in your warm market, the more comfortable you'll be spending in your cold market, right? So you're going to be a lot more comfortable talking to people you don't know if you're comfortable talking to people you do know. And I understand the premise behind it. And I understand that it's easier to talk to people you don't know online because there's no pressure. It doesn't feel like there's any pressure. But really, if you're not comfortable talking to your warm market, it's going to be almost impossible for you to recruit cold market people. Not impossible 100%, but it's going to be way harder. So if you can get people on the phone, so I'm coming back to this, for 5 to 7 minutes, and then people are like, I could never do that. Like I'm the same. I am not comfortable. Like I'm like, phone call, why? I can do everything online. I love voice messaging on Messenger. That thing is like a savior to your business. So if you're not using voice messages, you totally should be. But he says to them, when you get them on the phone, it's only for 5 to 7 minutes, and all you're doing is sharing your story. So he shares his story of like how, hey, I was in medical sales and I just wasn't finding that I was satisfied with my business anymore. And I just decided that I tried out this new opportunity. I thought, hey, it was from home. Like you can just like give the bonuses, give whatever the story is, the reason you loved it. I wouldn't necessarily lead with the product. I would more lead with the opportunity, right? And the reasons you love the business. So like, for me, if I was to do this on the spot, I didn't actually think of this before. If I was to get on the phone with someone, I would say, hey, you know what? I have this awesome opportunity. I still work my full-time job, and I love my full-time job. I'm not going to be like, ooh, I hate my job and I want to leave it. But I'm like, I really was looking for an extra way to, build up some extra income for my future. I wanted the opportunity to get some free makeup, because that's true. I'm not lying when I said that. I was super cheap and wanted free makeup. And that's why I started working this this business. And I started getting to know my upline a lot and saw the potential. So I really started just pushing it, and I started expanding my business, and I really would want to take anybody that would be open to hearing more about it and give them that opportunity. And then, you know, they might say, okay, so what's it all about? And then this is where it gets tricky, right? He wants you to get off the phone with them at that point and share your third-party tool. Now, a third-party tool, I've always used my video, like, what do us unique girls do? It's me in my car. And he says, he's like, no, he's like, do not use your own video. He's like, you want to use a professional video. So I've actually started using the one on the Younique website. It's Derek and Melanie. They talk about the foundation, the product, the opportunity, how it's changing lives. They do a 4-minute breakdown. If you want to find that video, it's under join. If you click join on your website and go to the very bottom, it's on there. It's a YouTube video. So you click on the YouTube icon and it will take you to YouTube, and you can copy and paste the URL for YouTube. So, and send that to them. And I've been using that. I've only used it twice because I really haven't been focusing on prospecting right now. I am in terms of training, but I'm not like, I'm always focusing on prospecting. That's something that I'm always doing, but it's more of I'm doing it in parties. And he doesn't really talk about prospecting in parties. I'm going to tell you 90% of the girls on my team are girls that I met in parties or girls that hosted a party, like girls that are on here right now. Isabella hosted a party. Alicia hosted a party. Ashley, I don't know. Some of the girls are in my downline. Well, Tina, I met from her rolling up, but I know that Tina probably, she knew the girl that I met. Her old sponsor was a girl that I actually sold a mascara to. Like, you will build your business with people that you know and relate to, right? So you're not going to just, you know, customers and party hostesses are the best. And these group parties, like I said, they're new to me. I know there's some girls on our team. I know Megan and Charlene, and there's some girls that have always kind of done them. But with Sincere, I didn't feel the need to do that. But now I'm seeing the potential with them. So, you know, when you have girls that don't add anybody to the party, we've all had that happen. Now I still have a party group with like 800 people. And yeah, so 4 of them didn't add people, or 3 of them so far. And too bad, like, then they're not going to earn free makeup. That's not how this works, right? So I know I'm going to find people in there that I'm going to build a relationship with, and they're not going to join me right away. It's not like I host a party and boom, the hostess is there. Actually, one of my hostesses right now, I will tell you, is in our Boss Beauties group, like, because she really wants me to like work with her now and train her, but like I can't. It's hard to invest your time with someone who hasn't signed up, right? She's very fearful. She thinks she's going to fail. And this is like the number one thing you're going to hear a lot from girls. They think they're going to sign up and they think they're going to fail automatically. So it's really hard, right? Because it's hard to change someone's mindset on that. So I have her in our Boss Beauties group so she can just see and look around. I said, you can come in for a week and then I'll remove you, but you can see what it's all about. There's tons of training in there every single day. So you're going to see stuff in there, and you know you're going to get one-on-one training. So the more comfortable you can build that relationship and rapport with people, the easier it will be, right? Like my elites, especially the ones I've known the longest in this business, like these girls are my best friends. Like I talk to them. I went out with a couple of girlfriends tonight, one of which actually who is on my team for Younique. But you know, I went out with those girlfriends tonight, and I don't talk about my business. Like, I went and just hang out with my friends, and like, it's important to have that. But I love that I can come home and I've got like 15 group messages that I can go to and just chat with people about this business and have people with the same mindset and people that love it as much as I do. So the right people, okay, and he has such like great words of advice. So the right people will be easy, but you will need lots of bad apples along the way. So the right people that are right for your business, all of you girls that are on here right now are right for the business, right? There's more people out there like you, but you have to find them. And in order to find them, you're going to meet a ton of like what he calls bad apples along the way. And you will. There's tons of bad apples out there, tons of negative people, tons of girls that will join. And then even sometimes they'll buy the kit, and then you're like stuck with like trying to train them, but they can't get out of this mindset that they're in. You're going to meet all sorts of different people, both off your team and on your team while you're doing this business. But it's like any customer service job. If you've worked customer service, and I'm sure all of you have at some point in your life, you deal with the crazies and you deal with it as best you can. The painful feeling of it's painful hearing no, especially from your warm market people, you know, but think of it this way, that every time that you feel like, every time you get that no, know that you're growing with your business. And if you get 100 no's, that's okay, because you're trying. Like, I can talk to, like, I think in the last like 8 months, I've probably talked to like 400 people about the opportunity. Are my recruiting numbers through the roof? No, because I'm still learning. There's a science to be behind this. This script book, okay, guys, is in the file section. I probably wasn't supposed to share it, but I did. And I'm doing all the training from it. This is in there for you, every single step. He's got the warm market approach. So how do people approach people in your warm market? He's got the opinion approach. What's your schedule like this week? And he talks about how to do that. The networking approach. And I'll do training on all of these, but he's got all these different approaches. I totally screwed up approach. So this is where, like, you can acknowledge that I owe you an apology. The last time we spoke, I shared my business with you and did it totally wrong. It's okay to come back to these people in 6 months from now. Some of you are brand new still. Some of you are like 4 or 5 months. Like, so these are things you can come back to people like, hey, I totally screwed it up when I first did it. Check-in approach, right? So haven't talked in a long time. How's everything going? Build a rapport. I was thinking about you and just wanted to check back in and see if there's timing was better for us to possibly revisit the opportunity we spoke about before. What a great like follow-up message. It's all here for you guys. The market research approach. So expanding my business approach. So this is cold market prospecting. I haven't done any of this yet. I'm not going to do that tonight. Handling objections. Okay. So hot market approach. So it talks about that. He talks about this. Yeah. So he's got it. Like, this is gold. This is literally gold. So print it off if you can, have it beside you, highlight the things and read it, go over it. And if you don't understand parts of it, ask me, because not only am I getting this training, I'm getting all sorts of other training with Bob in the group on lives. He does everything. Like, he's done 4 lives for us this week that have all been like above and beyond the ones that I have always been sharing of his. He's amazing. So I want you to give yourself credit. If you are getting up, okay, first of all, if you're on this call, give yourself credit right now. Give yourself a pat on the back. I don't care what you do, but give yourself credit, because you are getting up every single day and you're working your business, regardless of what your results. And I think this was like one of the biggest aha moments so far in this course. It's been a week. I feel like I've been in this course for like a year. But stop expecting results and work your business. Like, and I think the second you take, like, you know, everybody's always pushing for promotions. Of course, I'm going to push for this Black promotion. I pushed for it last month too. We didn't get there. This month we're on track for it, which is really, really exciting. But stop expecting results. I don't expect everybody to hit a promotion in a month. I don't expect that I'm going to hit, you know, I'm not expecting that I'm going to hit Black. I'm going to be through the roof bawling excited if I do, but I'm not expecting it, because I'm not expecting results. I get up and work my business every single day, and I celebrate the small victories. Like, I'm going to celebrate super hard because we are $300 away from $2,000 today. And that was my goal for today. And if I celebrated so hard because we hit green the day I wanted to hit green. I'm hoping we're going to hit orange the day on Sunday. That's my goal. I set small expectations. Like, those are small in my mind, right? For you guys, be excited about like the sales you make, the parties you book. The parties you book should be like, I get excited when I still book parties. That's super exciting to me, because I know that there's so much potential coming out of those. I don't go into parties for sales. I don't even think about sales when I go into parties. I stop thinking about them completely, because I go into parties thinking, yes, I might have a new recruit in there, or I might have a new party host. And I have such not lowered expectations. I think I have larger expectations for parties now. They are me. Now I have, like, today, I got a group of 700 new women that I have my hands on now. And that is like a gift. Like, imagine trying to prospect and go out there and build relationships with 700 women. Am I going to build relationships with all of them? No, but I probably will build relationships with at least like 5. And that's good enough for me at this point. But now I always have that group. It's like I just was given a brand new VIP group today. That's why I'm loving these group parties. It was like, here you go, have a brand new VIP group with 750 people in it. So don't beat yourself up if you don't get where you expect. Like, not getting the Black bonus last month, I didn't care. Like, it didn't affect me starting October. It didn't affect me ending September. It didn't affect me because I'm so appreciative of every other single step in this business that I've accomplished, and every single piece of every single day that happens in this business. Like, I focus on the day to day, and I've done that since the beginning. Like, today, our focus, like, I put it out there, you know, I'm going to keep you guys super, like you're going to know about my back office the entire month, because I want you guys to know how successful everyone is being right now, how well everybody is doing, to hopefully motivate you to try and push yourself that little extra mile. But I'm telling you that if you are not, like, don't beat yourself up if you're not where you expected to be. You're just not there yet. Don't expect yourself, like, don't put a price tag on it. Like in my head, I didn't really even understand when I went green status. It was very fast for me. And that's not the reality for 90% of the people coming into this business. And then, I remember November. So I went purple in November 2015. So I had in my head, I'm like, okay, no problem. So by November 2016, one full year, I'll be black, no problem. And I didn't hit it. We didn't even come close. We had the worst November ever last year. And I was like, oh my God, it was the only time that I honestly made, I think, thousands of dollars more the year before. So like sorry, I'm losing my numbers here. 2015, when I actually hit purple, to compare to when I was still purple in November 2016, the amount of money difference was the only time that I'm like, wow, I actually made like thousands of dollars less last year. And I had no idea why. This year I'm feeling like the momentum, and I feel like nobody hit black that month though in November. So that kind of made me feel like, okay, I feel a bit better. The November before, there was probably like I remember hitting purple before Sasha that month, and then she also hit black. And I was like, man, how'd she do that? Like, that's crazy. But I wasn't beating myself up about it, but I did expect it. And when you expect things too much, I think it puts a lot of pressure on you, and you shouldn't have any pressure in this business whatsoever. So if I'm not there yet, if we don't hit black this month, it's because we're not there yet. We're not ready to build back to black. It's not an easy thing. It is not, because it's like, there's so many things that go into it. It's running 4 separate teams to green. And then it's also trying to get my own girls I've recruited to have sales to get to green again, because you need $10,000, which is basically green again. So, it's not an easy thing. And I think it's really important that we remember that new girls coming in, they can spend, he said, it doesn't even matter if they go live for the first 30 to 45 days. I think it's awesome when girls go live, and I think it really, really helps your business. But he said that the first 30 to 45 days, they should be prospecting in their warm market for that whole time. Like, just messaging more and more people about what they're doing and the opportunity. So going right into sponsoring rather than trying to go into sales. And I've always done it the opposite. I'm like, oh yeah, you should still get to know the products and stuff, but you don't need to do that. You really don't. Go right into sponsoring, because your new girl's the same thing, because you have an upline. Like, you have access to all your circle chats. You have access to Boss Beauties. You have access to all of our upline groups. If you have a question about any product that your new recruit that needs to know, you 100% can get that answer within 5 minutes. Like, you will not be waiting. Worst case, if nobody's answering you, which will not happen unless you're doing it at like maybe 4 a.m, worst case is that you have support, message support. They will answer you. So I think it's just really important to don't feel like, everybody should feel ready to prospect, and it really doesn't need to be as scary and as hard as everybody makes it out to be. So that was sort of my training for tonight. So I want to leave time for questions. I haven't even seen the 10-minute mark, so I'm very proud of myself yet. So I think we're good for about 10 more minutes of questions if any of you guys have any about anything I said. You're confused about any of the wording I'm using too, like some of it might be totally brand new to you, and I'm sure a lot of you it is. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, any celebrations, any excitement, who's got parties, who's got things going, who's trying the group parties. Like, honestly, they are been a godsend to me, but maybe not to you. Maybe you like your individual parties. Oh, we got someone coming on.
I have a question, Sarah.
Yeah.
So for my position, because I'm on maternity leave right now, I actually can't sponsor anybody because that would consider me like that I would have employees under me, and that will screw up my my benefits that EI is giving me. I'm already trying to avoid paying any more than I have to come by the time I go back to work. So when I do go back to work, and that's in February or January, and I do start sponsoring, at that point, my warm market will already know. So kind of similar to you, warm market already knows the business that you're doing, so you're not new. what could I say at that point? Because I'm not going to say I'm new. I mean, I still kind of would be, but.
Yeah. So, okay. First of all, I would look into that maternity leave thing. I have never, if anything, I tell girls who are on maternity leave to sponsor as many people as you can so that when you go back to work and you start making a lot of income, you're like, perfect. I like, you've built up your team and it's like a way easier transition. Like I had a girl that when we launched in France, I had her focus on nothing but recruiting. So I don't know that like you guys are not my employees. I run my own business, but you're not my employees. I'm not paying you. Unique is paying you, right?
But do they pay you
Royalty? Yes. So I would double check that. You're the very first person that's ever thought that.
Okay.
So I don't think I don't think it's right. I've never had a baby. There's some girls on here though that I'm sure. Who's your upline? Is it Tanya or
Najla?
Najla. Okay.
I've chatted with her.
She's going to need to know about that soon too. I don't think that that's an issue. I really don't.
Okay, because it took me so long just to figure out how my pay, like how I get paid, if it's going to affect EI, because I have to make reports bi-weekly.
Yep, I've been on EI before, so you have to claim it. I know that. I don't know if Lacey's still around, but she's a great resource for it. She had all the answers for that. And
if there's somebody that I can talk to, just so I'm on the right track. Because then, absolutely, I definitely love to.
Have you tried just calling the government and asking them? And they said, but I feel like it depends who you talk to there too sometimes.
And it's the wording too, because like even my accountant, or I went over to Service Canada, like they're all like, oh, well, we can't really help you with that. Call EI. I'm like, well, I did call EI. And they're not being very, very helpful because they're, I don't know. So if there's somebody that that I can chat with.
Yeah. And in terms of like your warm market, if they already know what you're doing, first of all, don't assume, because if you're pretty brand new, like I'm assuming because I've been doing this for 3 years. So even when I run into people in public, like most of them know, some of them still don't, but I'd say majority know now. But when you're approaching for warm market, it's something as simple as then you can actually make plans to meet up with people. I go for coffee with people all the time. And, you can say something like, what's your schedule like this week? Like, and, if you want to do it in person, that's always better than on the phone. And it's always better than over offline. Just be like, I have this really awesome opportunity. It may or may not be for you, but I'd love to share some more info with you. Would you be open to it? And most of the time, especially if they know you, they're going to say, sure. That's when I would share, then I would just go right in and I would share the Unique video and share the Melanie and Derek video, and then they could watch it, say, okay. And then I literally have been using this stuff for like 6 months before doing this training with him. So, and then I send it and I say, he says, just ask them first when they'd have time to watch it. But then he actually said I should be sending it after, like I should be sending that first and then sending the video. I send it after. I send the video and I say, when do you think you'll have time to watch it? Because I feel like that puts more pressure on them to watch it right then. And then they'll tell me like tonight. And then right away, I use the plan feature in Messenger every day. So I will plan, okay, so if they say tomorrow night after work, boom. The next morning after that, I will put a plan in Messenger. They're going to get a notification. I get a notification to follow up with them so that I don't forget. That Messenger has been, I don't know, I feel like I should tell Bob Heilig about it because it is like the best way to follow up. I use it to remind me to put stuff in my mailbox for customers. I use it when I have to follow up about a product. I use it when I have to follow up about the opportunity. It is the best feature in the world. I am so busy during the day. Like I don't have time to write down every single name. Like I use this book all the time to write down training stuff. But like for me to write down every person, I talk to so many people about this opportunity. I don't got time to follow up. So if I'm going to follow up with them, sometimes they don't even answer you though. Like I had a girl yesterday who asked me about it, doesn't even answer me when she's going to watch it. So I'm not going to put in a follow-up thing with her because she didn't tell me. But if someone tells you, I'm going to watch it tomorrow morning, I will follow up tomorrow night. Like I'll give them that extra time. So I'm not super annoying. But you can follow up. I mean, I focus a lot on cold market now, but I should focus more on warm market. But yeah, like don't feel like, and how much attraction marketing are you doing too? That would be the next question, right? So you should be doing a lot of attraction marketing on your wall anyways, at least once a day, something that's going to make people enticed of like, oh, what is this unique thing about really?
Yeah.
You want to build with this business. The biggest thing is to build curiosity. Build up curiosity. Don't give it all out to them. Don't tell them about the comp plan. Don't tell them about, like, I mean, we can't tell people how much money we make anyways, except in private groups. So it's like, you kind of want to build up the curiosity of what it's all about. And the second you can do that, the more better you'll be at trying to, push yourself and be able to help new people. Okay.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Who's making a drink right now?
It's probably Jenna.
I'm literally going to invite you because like, all I can hear is your drink clanking.
I can't. I'm making a mess and I'm like dropping ice all over the floor. Yeah.
Okay, great. How long have you been on? It's only been.
I literally just got on like 5 minutes ago.
Oh, well.
I just saw the message from Naj and I was like, oh crap. Just saw this now.
I recorded it, so no swearing. I'm recording right now though, so that's great. So they'll all laugh at the end when they see. I guess I could probably end it. I have 3 minutes.
Tina, are you drinking?
No, of course she's drinking. She's always drinking. Oh wait, is that a Starbucks? Oh, are you not drinking alcohol, Tina? She might be.
What? Tina, I'm disappointed.
Oh, no. I think she's just trying to be good because I'm recording, because I know how Tina likes to follow rules.
Oops.
That's one thing. It's okay. You don't worry about it. So are there any I got 3 minutes. If there's any like dying questions, I'm going to put this into Boss Beauties because I think it was very valuable information. If you have new girls, they really need to see this. They need to see the training that I did at the beginning about prospecting in the beginning, and it's all about sponsoring. And I think I honestly, if you ask anybody, the classes that fill up the fastest at convention are always about sponsoring. We're always looking for new ideas on how to do this. So I think like Bob Heilig's just given so much info, I don't even know where to wrap my head around. I wish that he did this course in the summer because God, I would be doing a lot more note taking and recruiting. But I am going to be going live and also doing Zooms like at least once a week. And if I'm only going to get almost like this is almost team wide, this many people on, it's perfect. I'd rather have that than trying to get some of my girls on live or on Zoom calls because they seem to be hard to get people on. So I don't feel like if your team won't get in Zoom calls, it's totally normal. Like it's really hard to get people that are not busy at certain times, right? So I'm going to end it there then, I guess, because I don't want it to just cut off. But thank you so much for everyone coming on. Message me with any questions you have about anything I said. Go back and watch it if you have to, because I know it was a lot. And don't forget, it's called SMRF Script Guidebook. It is your sponsoring Bible. It has everything in here. It is like everything you've always wondered about every single prospect is in there for you. So it's in the file section of Boss Beauties, and don't share it, well, outside of like groups. Don't put it on your wall or something because then I'll get in trouble. But it's, he wants us using this training to train you guys, but I can't share his lives. So, I mean, I still haven't technically heard him say don't share the files. So, because I'm paying for them and he's given those out. So anyway, I hope that was helpful and you guys are awesome. So I'm going to stop this now. Have a fantastic night.